In Buddhism, every aspect of existence is interconnected. Life is a vast web of cause and effect, karma and rebirth, and within this web, nothing is ever random. Even the smallest details in our lives carry profound significance. One such detail is the final digit of your birth year, which, though it may seem trivial, holds within it a key to understanding your spiritual path and the energies that shape your journey. Buddhist philosophy teaches that numbers are much more than mathematical symbols. Numbers represent energies, vibrations, and spiritual principles that reflect the deeper currents of life. From the repetition of numbers in sacred texts to the profound symbolism of certain numbers in Buddhist teachings, we learn that numbers offer us insights into the nature of existence and our place within it. Imagine for a moment that the final digit of your birth year could be a signpost on your journey through life. What if it could offer guidance on how to navigate your challenges, harness your strengths, and align yourself with the flow of the universe? This is what we will explore in today's reflection, a deep dive into the spiritual meanings of numbers, as seen through the lens of Buddhist wisdom. Numbers as spiritual symbols in Buddhism. Before we begin exploring each individual number, it is important to understand how numbers are viewed in Buddhist thought. Numbers are not just random sequences, they are deeply symbolic and tied to the spiritual principles that govern the universe. Whether it is the repetition of numbers in mantras, the symbolic use of numbers in sacred texts, or the significance of numbers in meditation practices, we find that numbers play an essential role in Buddhist spirituality. Let's consider, for example, the number 108. In many Buddhist traditions, this number is sacred, representing the 108 delusions that must be overcome to achieve enlightenment. It is also the number of beads on a mala, used for counting recitations of mantras during meditation. The repetition of the number 108 in Buddhist practices is a reminder that numbers hold spiritual power, connecting us to the deeper realities of existence. The numbers that appear in our lives, whether in the dates of our birth, the time of important events, or even in everyday occurrences, are not random. They are part of the great web of interdependent origination, where every moment, every action, and every number is connected to the unfolding of the universe. The final digit of your birth year is one such number, reflecting a specific energy that can guide you on your path. As we delve into the meaning of each number, keep in mind that these interpretations are not rigid or dogmatic. Instead, they are meant to inspire reflection, meditation, and personal insight. The energy behind each number is a lens through which you can view your life and your spiritual journey, offering clarity and understanding as you walk the path toward enlightenment. The number 0, infinite possibilities and the void. 0 is a number often overlooked, but in Buddhist philosophy, it represents one of the most profound concepts, emptiness or shunyata. In the Heart Sutra, the Buddha teaches that form is emptiness and emptiness is form. This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the entire essence of 0 in Buddhism. 0 is the space where all things begin and end. It is the void, the source of all creation, and the potential for infinite possibilities. If your birth year ends in 0, you carry within you the energy of infinite potential and constant renewal. You may find that your life is marked by cycles of transformation, where old phases give way to new beginnings. Like the lotus flower that grows from the mud, your journey may involve many stages of growth and rebirth, each one bringing you closer to wisdom and enlightenment. But what does it mean to live with the energy of 0? How can you harness this potential to live a more conscious, awakened life? Let's explore some practical ways to connect with the energy of 0 in your daily practice. 1. Meditating on emptiness. One of the core practices in Buddhism is meditating on emptiness. This is not a meditation on nothingness, but rather on the concept that all things are interdependent and void of inherent existence. By meditating on emptiness, you can come to understand that the challenges and obstacles you face are not fixed realities. They are simply part of the ongoing cycle of change. Sit in silence, focusing on the space between thoughts, and allow yourself to experience the infinite potential that lies within the emptiness. 2. Embracing change. The energy of zero is one of constant transformation. Life is full of changes, some small, some monumental. If your birth year ends in zero, it is important to embrace these changes with grace and openness. Consider how the Buddha left his life as a prince to seek enlightenment, embracing the unknown and the empty space of potential. In your own life, practice letting go of attachments to outcomes and allow yourself to flow with the changes that come. 3. Creating new beginnings. Just as zero represents the void, it also represents the starting point. Every ending is a new beginning. Reflect on the cycles in your own life where one chapter closed and another opened. How did you grow through these transitions? How can you approach future changes with the same openness and willingness to learn? By aligning yourself with the energy of zero, you can cultivate resilience and adaptability, knowing that each ending brings with it the promise of something new. 4. The power of silence. In Buddhism, silence is often associated with wisdom. The Buddha himself spent much of his life in silence, observing the world around him and listening to the truths that arose from within. The energy of zero invites you to cultivate moments of silence in your life, where you can listen deeply to your own inner wisdom. Whether through formal meditation or simply taking quiet walks in nature, allow yourself to experience the stillness that lies within the emptiness. As you reflect on the energy of zero, consider how you can bring more of its qualities into your life. How can you embrace the void, the unknown, and the infinite potential that lies within it? By meditating on these questions, you can align yourself with the flow of life and open yourself to new possibilities. The number 1, leadership, initiative, and the oneness of all beings. In Buddhist philosophy, the number 1 represents the unity of all beings and the interconnectedness of life. At the same time, it symbolizes individuality, leadership, and the courage to take the first step on the path to awakening. Just as the Buddha took the first step away from his life of luxury to seek enlightenment, those who carry the energy of 1 are often driven by a deep desire to lead, initiate, and forge their own path. If your birth year ends in 1, you are likely someone who feels a strong sense of purpose and leadership in your life. You may be the one others look to for guidance, inspiration, and support. But with this energy of leadership comes great responsibility. The challenge for those with the number 1 is to balance their individuality with the Buddhist principle of interconnectedness, the understanding that we are all one and our actions affect not only ourselves but all beings. The number 2, balance, duality, and harmony. In Buddhism, the number 2 represents the balance between opposing forces, the yin and yang of life, the duality of form and emptiness, and the harmony that arises when these forces are in balance. The Buddha's teachings on the middle way emphasize the importance of balance in all aspects of life, avoiding the extremes of indulgence and asceticism. If your birth year ends in 2, you carry within you the energy of harmony and balance. You are likely someone who seeks peace and equilibrium in your relationships, your environment, and your inner world. You may have a natural ability to mediate conflicts, to see both sides of a situation, and to create harmony where there is discord. But the energy of 2 also presents its own challenges. In your desire to maintain balance, you may sometimes avoid necessary conflict or suppress your own needs in order to keep the peace. It is important to remember that true harmony comes not from avoiding tension, but from finding balance within it. The energy of 2 is a gentle yet powerful force for creating balance, harmony, and peace. By embracing this energy, you can navigate the dualities of life with grace and wisdom, creating harmony both within yourself and in the world around you. The number 3, creativity, expression, and the joy of being. The number 3 is often associated with creativity, self-expression, and the joy that comes from fully engaging with life. In Buddhism, the number 3 is significant in many ways. We speak of the 3 jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, representing the path to enlightenment, the teachings that guide us, and the community that supports us. If your birth year ends in 3, you are likely someone who is deeply connected to the energy of creativity and self-expression. You may have a natural talent for the arts, whether it be writing, painting, music, or any other form of creative expression. You find joy in sharing your ideas, your emotions, and your vision of the world with others. But with great creative energy comes the need for focus and discipline. Without direction, creativity can become scattered and unfocused, leaving you feeling overwhelmed or unfulfilled. In Buddhist practice, creativity is not just about producing something, it is about expressing the truth of your being and connecting with the deeper currents of life. The energy of 3 is a vibrant creative force that can bring joy, inspiration, and beauty to your life. By aligning yourself with this energy, you can express the truth of your being, connect with others in meaningful ways, and find joy in the simple act of creation. The number 4, groundedness, structure, and the strength of stability. The number 4 holds a special place in Buddhism, symbolizing stability, order, and structure. This is clearly reflected in the 4 Noble Truths, which form the very foundation of the Buddha's teachings. These truths provide a stable framework for understanding the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. Just as the 4 Noble Truths create a stable path for spiritual practice, the number 4 represents groundedness in the material and spiritual realms. If your birth year ends in 4, you likely resonate with the energy of discipline, perseverance, and responsibility. You have a natural inclination to build strong foundations, whether in your career, relationships, or spiritual life. You value order and structure and are often seen as reliable and dependable by those around you. Just as a well-built home stands firm against the wind and rain, you have the ability to weather the storms of life with strength and determination. However, with this strength comes the challenge of flexibility. While stability is essential, it is also important to remain open to change and to adapt when necessary. In Buddhist practice, the concept of impermanence reminds us that everything is in constant flux, and true stability comes not from resisting change, but from embracing it. The number 5, adventure, change, and the quest for growth. The number 5 symbolizes movement, freedom, and the quest for new experiences. In Buddhist teachings, life itself is viewed as a journey, an endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, guided by karma and the pursuit of enlightenment. The Buddha himself embodied the energy of 5 through his travels, spreading his teachings far and wide, always seeking to expand his understanding and compassion. If your birth year ends in 5, you are likely someone who values adventure and personal growth. You may have a restless spirit, always seeking new experiences and opportunities to explore the world around you and the depths of your own being. The energy of 5 encourages you to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace change, and to approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness. However, with this desire for freedom and movement comes the need for mindfulness and balance. Without grounding, the energy of 5 can become scattered, leading to a lack of focus or difficulty in committing to one path. In Buddhist practice, it is important to find balance between movement and stillness, between exploration and mindfulness. The energy of 5 is a dynamic force for growth, change, and adventure. By aligning yourself with this energy, you can embrace life's transitions with openness and curiosity, always seeking to expand your understanding and deepen your connection to the Dharma. But remember, true freedom comes from balance. By grounding yourself in mindfulness and responsibility, you can explore the world with a sense of purpose and joy. The number 6, compassion, service, and the path of the Bodhisattva. In Buddhism, the number 6 is closely associated with compassion, love, and the Bodhisattva's vow to alleviate the suffering of all beings. The 6 paramitas, or perfections, represent the qualities that a Bodhisattva cultivates on the path to enlightenment: generosity, morality, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. These qualities are at the heart of the Bodhisattva's practice, guiding them in their selfless service to others. If your birth year ends in 6, you likely resonate deeply with the energy of compassion and service. You may have a strong desire to help others, to create peace and harmony in your relationships, and to make a positive impact on the world. Like the Bodhisattva, you are guided by a deep sense of responsibility toward the well-being of others. However, with this energy of compassion comes the challenge of self-care. In your desire to serve others, you may sometimes neglect your own needs or take on too much responsibility. It is important to remember that compassion must also be directed inward. By caring for yourself, you can better serve others. The energy of 6 is a force for compassion, service, and love. By aligning yourself with this energy, you can walk the path of the Bodhisattva, dedicating your life to alleviating the suffering of others while also caring for yourself. Remember, compassion is a two-way street. By nurturing yourself, you can better nurture those around you, creating a ripple effect of kindness and peace. The number 7, spiritual wisdom, introspection, and the search for truth. The number 7 is often seen as a symbol of spiritual wisdom, introspection, and the quest for deeper understanding. In Buddhism, the number 7 appears in many important contexts. For example, the Buddha is said to have taken 7 steps immediately after his birth, symbolizing the beginning of his journey toward enlightenment. The number 7 also represents the 7 factors of enlightenment: mindfulness, investigation, energy, joy, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. If your birth year ends in 7, you are likely someone who is drawn to spiritual study, introspection, and the search for truth. You may find yourself questioning the deeper meaning of life, seeking wisdom not only in religious teachings but also in your own experiences. The energy of 7 encourages you to look beyond the surface of things, to explore the mysteries of existence, and to cultivate inner peace through understanding. However, with this deep search for wisdom comes the potential for isolation or detachment from everyday life. It is important to balance your introspective tendencies with engagement in the world, recognizing that wisdom is not only found in solitude, but also in relationships and everyday experiences. The energy of 7 is a force for spiritual wisdom, introspection, and the search for truth. By aligning yourself with this energy, you can cultivate a deeper understanding of the mysteries of life, while also remaining engaged in the world around you. Remember, wisdom is not something that exists in isolation. It is something that grows through experience, reflection, and connection with others. The number 8, power, abundance, and the balance of the material and spiritual worlds. The number 8 is often associated with power, abundance, and the balance between the material and spiritual worlds. In Buddhism, the Noble Eightfold Path represents the way to the cessation of suffering, guiding practitioners in ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. This path leads to a balanced and harmonious life, where both material well-being and spiritual growth are integrated. If your birth year ends in 8, you may feel a strong connection to the material world, with a focus on success, achievement, and abundance. You likely have a natural ability for leadership, organization, and manifesting your goals. However, the energy of 8 also encourages you to balance your material pursuits with your spiritual development, recognizing that true abundance comes from harmony between the two. The energy of 8 is a force for power, abundance, and balance. By aligning yourself with this energy, you can achieve success in the material world while also cultivating spiritual growth. Remember, true abundance comes from living in harmony with the principles of the Noble Eightfold Path, where both material well-being and spiritual wisdom are integrated. The number 9, completion, compassion, and the service of humanity. The number 9 represents completion, wisdom, and universal compassion. In Buddhism, the number 9 is often associated with the culmination of a spiritual journey, where one reaches a state of deep understanding and compassion for all beings. Those with the energy of 9 are often guided by a strong sense of purpose, dedicating their lives to the service of humanity and the alleviation of suffering. If your birth year ends in 9, you are likely someone who feels a deep sense of responsibility toward others and the world at large. You may be drawn to humanitarian work, social justice, or simply offering support to those in need. The energy of 9 encourages you to use your wisdom and compassion to help others, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that the well-being of one is tied to the well-being of all. However, with this deep sense of purpose comes the challenge of maintaining personal boundaries and self-care. It is important to balance your service to others with attention to your own needs, recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. The energy of 9 is a force for completion, compassion, and the service of humanity. By aligning yourself with this energy, you can use your wisdom and compassion to make a positive impact on the world, while also caring for yourself and your own well-being. Remember, the path of service is one of great reward, but it must be balanced with self-care and mindfulness. Embracing the energies of your birth year's last digit. As we have explored, the final digit of your birth year holds within it a unique energy that can guide you on your spiritual journey. Whether your birth year ends in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, each number offers its own wisdom, challenges, and opportunities for growth. By aligning yourself with the energy of your number, you can gain deeper insights into your strengths, your challenges, and the path that lies before you. Remember, these numbers are not fixed destinies. They are simply reflections of the energies that shape your journey. By working with these energies, you can navigate life with greater awareness, mindfulness, and compassion. In Buddhism, we are reminded that life is a journey, and every step we take brings us closer to wisdom and enlightenment. As you move forward on your path, take time to reflect on the energies that guide you and embrace the lessons they offer. Through mindfulness, compassion, and dedication, you can cultivate a life of balance, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. May the energies of your birth year guide you on your path to awakening, and may you find peace, joy, and wisdom in every step of your journey.